Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. I'm really always delighted to have my friend on, Paul Carroll, brilliant financial strategist. He is with the company called Efficient Wealth Management, does an awesome job of helping individuals really reach their financial goals and objectives. And we are delighted that we got an extra segment with him here this week. And Paul, before we get started, we got some great things we're going to focus on. But before we get started, kind of give us an overview of what your practice is all about.
Well, good morning, Kevin, and thank you for having me on the show for this extra segment. At Efficient Wealth Management, we're a boutique wealth management firm based in the Woodlands, Texas, and we've adopted a consultative approach, working with a team of experts to help our clients protect their wealth, mitigate their taxes, take care of their heirs, protect their assets from being unjustly taken, and to maximize the impact of any charitable planning. And, of course, to maintain excellent service, we are restricting the practice to those people we can really have a meaningful impact on.
Mm-hmm. Give us an overview. You got a series of what I think are very important videos that you're producing to help people navigate through some of the toughest issues out there. And what's cool about it is that you're positioning yourself as a true trusted advisor, not just a financial advisor in these videos. I think they're awesome. Tell us about them.
Well, our firm is based on the premise that wealth management is investment consulting and advanced planning. And one of the areas of advanced planning we just talked about was wealth protection. So we decided we'd put together this series of 15 short videos, little vignettes if you haven't, and they're going to be covering topics like internet security, email security, credit and debit card security, physical security, personal security. The world's become a very dangerous place financially. We've addressed all these different topics.
Let me ask you, in these videos, are you going to be speaking solely, or are you going to be interviewing people? Have you worked out all those dynamics yet? What are they going to look like?
We've already storyboarded the series, and we're going to have one of my associate wealth managers, Ashley Dominy. She's an exceptional young woman with a CFP. She's gone out and done a lot of research on all these topics, and she's going to be leading the conversation in an interview format with myself talking. We'll be distributing this to our clients and other people who are interested in receiving a copy of this series. It's also going to be tied into a series of webinars, which will be more give and take for people who are really concerned about certain specific topics. And then finally, we're going to put together an ebook that we'll be giving out to our clients.
Very good. That sounds very interesting. And how long are each of these videos going to be?
Well, our studies have shown, because we've done things like this before, that after about 5 to 7 minutes, people really, they've tuned out. We want them to be bite-sized chunks of useful information, not 30 minutes of blah, 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 this is important. It's going to be much simpler. You need antivirus. Here's 3 products that you can run with. You need to do it for this reason. You need this other product. Here's why. We're going to keep it very short, succinct, and hopefully very high value.
Paul Carroll, he's with a great company, Efficient Wealth Management. He's a regular contributor on The Price of Business, provides great content that's been found at priceofbusiness.com and usdailyreview.com. He's an authority at what he does, and we're delighted that he shares his information with us here on our program. So talk about it. Real simple. I'm just going to name some of the topics. You give us kind of a basic overview of some of the things that you'll get: internet security, email security, credit and debt card security, physical security, which I think that's interesting, and personal security. Give us a quick rundown on each. Internet security.
Internet security, thank you. Internet security is, we have viruses. Everyone knows about that. Malware, a lot of people aren't that familiar with that. Hijacking. How do you do it so that it's done behind the scenes? You don't have to worry about it anymore. The email security, that's more things like protection from scams. There are so many scams out there right now. There's phishing, spear phishing, other scams that have all sorts of exotic names. We want to be, these scams really, awareness are all you need to be protected from most of these. There's credit and debit card security. If you've got a pulse and you've watched the news, you know a lot of people had their privacy stolen from Target. What can you do to protect yourself? You can't protect yourself completely from theft through someone like Target, but there are strategies that you can adopt that will limit the damage to you personally. Physical security, how to protect the house, the car, the office, be it cameras or other just common sense stuff. And finally, personal security is very much overlooked. Who gets robbed? Who's getting rolled overseas on trips, or for foreign expatriates from overseas who are living here? Is there a threat of kidnap? And how do you protect that higher risk area?
Yeah, very important. I think this is extremely important. What compels you to do this, Paul?
That's a great question, Kevin. We get these questions all the time. Or worse still, that we find out about it after the fact. We often have clients tell us, my father, who's 78, got this email that said that he'd got all this money, and of course he was from Bulgaria when he was a young man and left after the war, so he believed it. And he gave the routing number and account number. We get stories like this all the time. We need people to be aware, and it may not be the gentlemen or gentlewomen who are in the 70s and 80s. We need their kids to be aware of how they can get scammed so that they can protect their parents. That's just one example, but we get a lot of examples we see every day in our business, and we want to put that information out because knowledge truly is power when it comes to intelligent wealth protection.
Paul Carroll, he's our guest, a great contributor on The Price of Business. I consider him a part of my own think tank of great people who really help my audience make great decisions. And efficientwealthmanagement.com, not just your financial consultant, but trusted advisors. And I think you relish that role.
Thank you so much. We do. We love what we do here.
Yeah,
we're doing good by doing good.
Yeah, I think it's extremely obvious. When did the series begin?
We're actually putting it out probably late April. We've got another book we're doing that's very specific to another segment of our clients. But after that's done, we'll be putting it out late April. It's in the storyboard process. We know the topics. We just have to get in front of the camera, record it, and start distributing it. Anybody who'd like a copy or would like to be on the distribution list, they're welcome to email me at info@efficientwealthmanagement.com or go to our website, efficientwealthmanagement.com, and there's a page for About Us, Contact Us. Just put in your information, send it to us, and we'll put you on the distribution list for this series of the little video webinar.
Yeah. They sound very helpful, and the kind of things, because they are short, that you can give to your young people, your kids, that type of thing. And I think it's fantastic. Paul Carroll, he's with Efficient Wealth Management, efficientwealthmanagement.com. As always, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much, Kevin.
You bet. When we come back, much more for you. I do want to remind you, best content here, it shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. While there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter. You're listening to The Price of Business.
Blinded by the light.